Hello, my friends. I'm Katerina from Huayin Group.
I'm Clover.
Yeah, we are from Huayin Group, a manufacturer of paralysis machine for recycling waste tires, plastic, and oil sludge to full oil. And today, in our lecture room, we will have three parts. And the first part, Clover will introduce our factory to you. And in the second part, Clover will show you more details about our paralysis machine. Yeah. And in the third part, we will take you to visit our workshop. Yeah, and you will know how we produce the paralysis machine. Okay, hi, Clover. Now it's your turn.
Okay, thank you, Katerina. So first, I will introduce who we are and then what we do. What we are, Huayin is a waste tire, plastic to oil recycling machine manufacturer since 1993. Huayin has been built in 1993. Over the first 10 years, from 1993 to 2003, Huayin's boss is a plant user, not a plant manufacturer. He has done numerous plant tests running and improved the machine a lot. And then from 2003 to present, Huayin has turned itself into a plant manufacturer and developed the machines generation by generation. And we have always improved the machine details. And we focus on the waste recycling. We only did this one thing over the past 28 years. We can process waste tire, waste plastic, and oil sludge, and use the agent oil into fuel oil and diesel. And they have different applications. So we are very experienced and specializing in this field. And we provide one-step service. When you come to us, we will recommend you a suitable solution based on your specific needs. And we will design the machine and the layout for you. We will manufacture the machine for you. And we will send engineer to your place to provide plant installation, test running, and worker training. And even after our engineers come back, we still provide lifelong after-sales service. So choose Huayin. You don't have to worry about anything about this waste to oil recycling project. And so over the past, let me change the slides. Over the past 28 years, Huayin has developed itself from a small workshop into a big factory with a covering area of 16,000 square meters. And now we have three workshops. The number one is the main reactor workshop, and number two is for placing ready reactors. And the next slide, thank you. And number three, the previous one. Yes. And the number three workshop is for manufacturing other parts. And you can see here the overview, and here is the plant dispatching site. And here are our plant manufacturing machines, the steel plate cutting and welding, the rolling machines, and so on. And this is our Huayin's factory. And now we also have an RD plant with a covering area of 7,000 square meters. It has three functions. First is to test our new machines and our new designs. Whenever we have a new design, we will first test it in our demo factory, and only when it's successful, we will promote it in our clients' machines. And second, to show the machines vivid and complete, and to show the complete visit to all your recycling plants, the process to our clients, so that they can have a vivid understanding of how the machine feed materials and how the machine is heated, is cooled down into fuel oil in the whole process. And third, we use this demo we train our engineers in this demo factory. The engineers will learn the operating skills well before they are dispatched to client sites to do the plant installation for you. And you can see here we have a complete production line, the pyrolysis machine and the distillation machine, and we have all the systems here, so you can have a vivid understanding. And now, and over the past 28 years development, we have 13 patents for the machines, for the important inventions we had. And you can see, this is for the auto feeder, and these are the patents for other parts. And Huayin is the top and the top supplier for doing this waste to oil recycling business. And Huayin is the one who does this business earliest. So Huayin has richest experience in this field. No matter what problem you meet in this field, you can let us know, and we have solutions for you. And in the past 28 years, we also have applied the ISO 14001 environmental certificate, ISO 9001 quality certificate, and the occupational health and safety management certificate. So you can rest assured that this project is safe and environment friendly, and also it has quality assurance. And we also, speaking of certificates, we also have a CE certificate, which is applicable for European countries, and we also have the SGS air emission report, and which can help you apply the license. So if you need anything, just let me know, and let our sales manager know. We will help you. And in the past 28 years, Huayin has installed machines in 79 countries, in six continents. And here, let's have a look. In Asia, we have installed in 26 countries. And in Europe, 23 countries. In Africa, 15 countries. And in South America, 7 countries. In North America, 6 countries. And in Oceania, 2 countries. Now, may I know which country are you from, so that we can share the client cases of neighboring countries with you, for you to have a reference. And now let's look at some of the client cases here. The first, Thailand client. The Thailand client has bought a complete production line. He has 2 sets of pyrolysis machine and 1 set of distillation machine. He processes plastic to diesel. Here you can see the pyrolysis oil from plastic, and the distillation oil refined from the pyrolysis oil, and the diesel refined from the distillation oil. You can see from here that the oil quality gets better and better and better. It looks very nice, right? It looks like beer. The diesel is industrial diesel. It can be used in industrial machinery like tractors, trucks, forklifts and agents. And here is in South Africa, we installed 2 sets of 10 PD and tire pyrolysis plants. The material is tire. And you can see also see here the plant layout drawing and the factory layout drawing. Just like we said before, we will design this. We will help you design the plant and the factory, and also optimize the land based on your local specific conditions. And here the plants, here we use 2 sets of integrated machines, so it's very easy to install. Each machine only takes about 15 to 20 days. And here in Jordan client, this client also processes tire and also installed 2 sets of 10 PD tire pyrolysis plants. As speaking of this, you can see here that many clients ask us whether they need a roof or shed over the plants. And it depends on your local conditions and depends on your needs. It can be operated in the open land, but if you want workers to also work under heavy rain or heavy sunshine, so you can just build a simple roof or shed over the plants so that workers can operate all the time. And here in Belgium, you can see the machine is smaller, right? This is 1 ton complete tire and plastic to diesel production line. This Belgium client uses this mini plant to get license, and now he already got license with the machines. And by showing this machine and the running process to the government, and the government has see the pollution-free process, and now already granted the license. So the Belgium is going to buy the bigger commercial machine soon. And here in Finland client, this client has a diesel station, and he also have a complete production line. You see here the plastic pyrolysis plant, the distillation plant, and so together they get diesel. This is the plastic pyrolysis oil, the distillation oil, and the diesel. See, the quality gets better and better and better. And you see here the machine is also integrated design, very easy to install, and the machine uses the self-produced tire and the plastic pyrolysis oil and syngas for heating. So it's self-sustaining, very easy and convenient. And here in Bangladesh, the client processes tire. The client already cut the tires in pieces. So you see, we can process both the complete tires and the pieces of tires. And here on our some of the client cases here, you can see some are distributed design and some are integrated design, and some process tire and some process plastic. So you can see Huayin has installed the machines in 79 countries, and we have clients who process many different materials. So Huayin has rich experience in this field. If you have any raw material you want to process, we can give you our suggestion based on our past 28 years in installation experience in 79 countries. And now I will introduce the part 2 of our machines, our products over the past 28 years. We have many generations of machines, and now And now for the industrial commercial capacity, two designs are most popular. So I will introduce to you. And you can see here the Model C. Here is this is the layout drawing. You can see here it has 6 parts. First, the pyrolysis reactor. It is for feeding tire. It is for heating tire and plastics into a fuel oil. This is where the thermal pyrolysis process happens. And this is the integrated square box condenser. It is for cooling the oil gas into fuel oil and then collecting the fuel oil into the 2 oil tanks. And the third one is the heavy oil burner. It is for heating the tire and plastic pyrolysis reactor with the pyrolysis oil and with combustible syngas. And here, the fourth part, the stainless steel disaster. It is for clean the smoke coming out of the fuel burning, coming out of the smoke, the flue gas. And fifth, it's the U-shape carbon black discharging device. This is for discharging carbon black after the oil producing process is done. And this is the hydraulic feeder, the feeding system. It is for feeding tires and plastics into the reactor automatically, saving labor and safer. And so now I will introduce to you the parts one by one. Here is the pyrolysis reactor. This is the most important part of the whole system. Why? Because in this drawing, you can see that this pyrolysis reactor is where it accepts high temperature, and it is where the thermal pyrolysis process happens, and it is connected to every other part. So only if this part works well, the whole system works well. This part is the most important thing. It's like our heart. And now let me introduce it. This part in details. It has several parts. First, the internal pyrolysis chamber for heating and rotating, and the external thermal insulation cover for thermal insulation and for keeping temperature. And here, the big gear and small gear for rotating the machine, and the 4 rollers for supporting the reactor, and the reducer and motor, and also the oil outlet part and the feeding port. And the material of this reactor is Q245R boilerplate. It can accept high temperature and it can enjoy long service life. And the roller, and please pay attention to this point. You see here, and the rollers are engineered under the connecting pipe of the reactor boiler part instead of supporting the reactor boiler part directly. Do you know why? Because it is to better ensure safety and to ensure even and smooth reactor operation and to enjoy long service life. Because after thermal expansion and contraction for a long time, the steel plate will be deformed. If this deformed part is the rotating, the surface will be uneven, so it will affect the even and smooth operation. But see here, this part is far from the heating area, so no matter how high temperature here is, this part will not be affected. So in this design can always ensure the safe and even and smooth operation. This part will not be deformed. If you see in the market, the rollers are support the reactor boiler part here. So please pay attention to the service life and to the safety part. And now comes the condensing system, the integrated square box condenser. Here its function is to cool down the oil gas into fuel oil. And it has several parts. First, the oil gas purification device to purify oil gas. And then the condenser pipe to cool down the heavy oil gas into fuel oil. And here, the oil water separator to separate liquid oil and water. And then the oil will be collected here. But the light oil gas, then the heavy oil gas will be cooled down into the liquid fuel oil in this square box condenser and then be collected in this oil tank. Then still there will be 5% to 10% non-condensable combustible syngas. This 5% to 10% syngas will be collected here and then be recycled to the furnace to support heating, both environment friendly and energy saving. This square box condenser has 120 meter cooling distance, so the cooling effect is the best. And it's very, very suitable for tropical countries like Thailand, Egypt, and these high temperature countries. And the combustible gas will be routed to the furnace, so it is 100% recycling. You know, this project is waste to energy recycling project, so it's very important not to cause any secondary pollution. So this project is 100% recycling. Every product has its usage. Let's look at another design. Here is Model C2. The only difference with Model C is the cooling system. The Model C is a square box condenser, and here is the frame structure condenser. The design is the same. Then you see here also the oil gas purification device condenser and the cooling pipes, the oil water separator, and also the combustible gas collector. Just that the pipes are the cooling pipes are different. This is also very efficient. This is popular for countries, not for all the countries. But the condenser, the square box condenser is not applicable for very low temperature countries like Russia and so on. So when you are interested in this machine, please share with us which country you want to install the machine, and we will consult you some important factors like temperature and so on, so that we can recommend a suitable solution, a suitable machine design for you. And here is the flue gas deduster, the dedusting system. Its function is to clean the smoke coming out of the furnace, so that only clean air can go out to the chimney, meeting your local environmental standards. Here it has several parts: the stainless steel dedusting system, and the induced draft fan to induce clean air, and also the water pump to sprinkle the water to sprinkle high pressure water into the system and to press the smoke down, realizing the smoke purification effect. And inside the system, there will be many layers of the ceramic filters to absorb impurities and smoke and to neutralize sulfur. And so after all this process, the clean air will go out from the chimney. And here we see another system, the offloading system, the carbon black discharging system. It is to discharge carbon black out of the reactor after the oil producing process is done. So, and this is, it also has water jacket outside the system, so it can cool down all the carbon black while discharging. It can save you the plant cooling time. And you see here, it is a knuckle design, so you can easily open the carbon black discharging system to clean it and to do maintenance. Very efficient. And you can see here the process. This is the reactor. After the oil producing is done and after cooling, you open the carbon black discharging port on the reactor inside port on the reactor boiler part and rotate the reactor. When the discharging port rotates to the bottom, carbon black will drop down to the bottom and then be collected by the system, and then you can collect it in the collecting hopper or the ton bags. So the whole process is fully sealed and it's safe. You know, carbon black is very light and it's very dirty. It's very easy to fly. If flying, it will cause environmental pollution. So you can see here the whole process is fully sealed, very, very clean. You don't have to worry about anything. And here we see another system, the heating system. You see, its function is to heat the pyrolysis reactor with the self-produced fuel oil and to heat the machine with syngas. So you don't have to buy fuel from the market. It's very energy saving and it's very efficient. You see here, it has 3 oil burners and 2 burn the fuel oil. Also, it has 3 syngas burners to burn the syngas coming out of the fuel oil, and it has the blower to blow the oil into the furnace to support heating, to blow air, to increase oxygen, to increase the heating efficiency. And also here we have a medium blower. And also here we have an oil tank to supply fuel oil into the 3 oil burners. And we also supply the pipelines for the whole heating system. And for the heating system, we have 2 designs. The first design is overground design, and second one is underground design. You can choose either design based on your specific requirements. And if you choose underground design, we will send you the civil work drawings and the materials to you for you to do the construction. And this is the last part, the hydraulic feeder. This is to feed tires and plastics into the reactor automatically. It is safer and cleaner, and it can realize more feeding capacity, and it's quicker, can reduce the feeding time and the plant cooling time. So, and because especially after the first batch is done, before you feed another batch, you need the reactor inside is still hot and there is low oxygen. So we have to ensure that we have to wait until the plant totally cool down if you want to use manual feeding. But this will increase the cooling time. Using this auto feeder, right after the plant is cooled, you can feed the tires and the plastics to start another batch, so it reduces the plant cooling time. Also, it can feed faster. For 10 tons, you can feed 10-ton tire and plastics. It only takes 2 hours. But if using manual labor, it will need 6 to 7 hours, 4 to 6 hours, and you can only feed 8 tons. And this can push. It has a 50-ton hydraulic pressure, so you can push the tires and plastic very hard and shrink the volume, so you can fit more. You can see here it has the loading port and the hydraulic part and the piston. Also, it has for omni directional wheel 1, 2, 3, 4, and also it has the motor and the hook and the 10-meter steel rope to discharge steel wire. So this auto feeder is very efficient. And now we see the process flow. The whole process takes about 18 to 20 hours. It includes the feeding and heating, and then the pyrolysis process, the cooling process, and then carbon black and steel wire discharging process. First, we feed tire and plastic into the pyrolysis reactor. It takes about 2 hours. And then we heat fuel. When heat the reactor with fuel, it takes about 2 to 4 hours before all your gas come out. And then the pyrolysis, then the reactor is producing oil. The oil gas will go through the condensing system and be cooled down into fuel oil. While after this, there will be about some 40% carbon black and about 15% steel wire. This first you discharge the carbon black and then discharge the steel wire. This discharging process takes about 2.5 hours. So the whole process takes about 18 to 20 hours. It's very efficient. And from one set of 10-ton capacity per plant per day, you can get about 1,000 profit. This project is not only environment friendly, but also very profitable. And here we see the recycled products. Fuel oil, about 40% for industrial heating and burning in many factories, such as steel plant, cement factory, and garment factory, and so on. And carbon black, about 35%. It is for industrial heating and burning too. It is also a good material for rubber factory. And steel wire, 15%. You can easily sell it to steel scrap steel dealers. And here the fourth byproduct, 10% combustible gas. It will be routed to the furnace for heating, very energy saving and very clean. And this is all for the part 2, the introduction for the Model C and the Model C2, the industrial design. And we also have a 10 kg mini pyrolysis plant, which is very suitable for testing and for showcasing. And Our colleague Katerina will introduce this process to you.
Hello, my friends. I'm Katerina. I'm coming back. Hi, please take over the TV. Yeah. Yeah. Now, my friends, you are in Huayin live showroom now. Huayin is a manufacturer of paralysis machine for recycling waste tires, plastic, and oil sludge to full oil. And now I will introduce the mini paralysis machine 10 kg. Now behind of me is our mini machine. As you see, the design of our mini machine is totally the same with our big 10-ton paralysis machine. Well, this mini machine is totally made of stainless steel with high quality. Now I will introduce it. As you see, the mini machine is made of two parts, the reactor and the condenser. Now maybe you will ask me, who will choose the mini paralysis machine 10 kg? Yeah, I will share with you. Some clients, they want to test whether their raw materials could produce oil and to test the oil yield, oil quantity, and so on. So our mini paralysis machine is suitable because our mini machine could test different raw materials like different kinds of plastic, PP, PE, PS, and landfill, mixed plastic, and so on, and cable and different kinds of oil sludge and tires. So after testing the different raw materials, you will know the oil yield and oil quality and so on. Otherwise, some clients showing the running paralysis process to the government for applying license. Cause they should show the running machine so that to approve to the government, oh, our mini machine is totally environmental friendly. Yeah, and otherwise, some middlemen, they choose our mini machine for showcasing to their potential clients. So my friends, if you want to test your raw materials or market, or you want to get license from the government, then our mini machine is suitable for you. Here you see the mini machine is made of two parts, and the first part is reactor and the second part is condenser. And here you can see the reactor is made of two parts, and the inner reactor and the insulation cover. Yeah, and here you can see the feeding door. Yeah, it's very easy to put the raw materials into the reactor. And here you can see its purification device. It could clean the oil gas so that to ensure the oil quality. And here you can see its integrated design condenser. Yeah, it contains the thick cooling pipes and the oil water separator. Yeah, it could separate the oil and the water. And there are two oil tanks. It could collect the getting oil. And here is an anti-backfire device. It's our safety device. As you see, the paralysis business is a very profit project, but it with some risk. So the safety is always the important point. Now I will shortly introduce the paralysis process. The first step, you should put the raw materials into the reactor. Here you can open the feeding door and put the raw materials into the reactor. You could put the different kinds of plastic, even old clothes, different kinds of cable, and so on into the reactor. Yeah, the capacity is 10 kg. It means you could put about 10 kg raw materials into the reactor. And the second step, heat the reactor. And here, you could preheat the reactor using the natural gas. And for one batch, you need about 3 to 5 kg natural gas to heat the reactor. And during the pyrolysis process, the oil gas goes into the purification device and the cooling pipes, and then goes into the oil water separator, and the heavy oil will be collected into the first tank. And some light oil gas will go into the cooling pipes. Yeah, here are 6 cooling pipes, and then will be cooled down into liquid oil and be collected into the second oil tank. And the second step, after the whole pyrolysis process is done, you should cool down the reactor and then discharge the carbon black or sludge in the reactor. Here, I will show you how to discharge the carbon black. Yeah. Here, yeah, you can see the sludge and the carbon black will be collected into here. It's very easy to operate it. And the total pyrolysis process takes about 4 to 6 hours. And as you see, the mini pyrolysis machine takes only about 4 square meters and it's already installed in. We will produce and files to help you to install the machine. Yeah, and you see during the epidemic, our engineers and our salespeople will always help you to provide the online technical service. It's totally free. Yeah, and up to now, our mini pyrolysis machine was sold to Russia, France, Malaysia, Egypt, and so on. Yeah, so my friends, if you want to test your raw materials or your market, or you want to show the running pyrolysis process to your potential clients or to the government, then our mini pyrolysis machine is your best choice. Hi, Clover. Now, my friends, now it's time to visit our workshop. Yeah, okay. If you have any interest or questions about our mini machine, please leave your email or WhatsApp and we will contact with you to provide more files about our machine.
Yes, so shall we go down into our workshops?
Yeah, okay, let's go. Hi, my friends. Now you are in Huayin Live Showroom now. Huayin is the manufacturer of pyrolysis machine for testing for recycling waste tires, plastic, oil sludge to full oil. And just now, we introduced the big pyrolysis machine and mini pyrolysis machine to you. And here, let's go to visit our workshop. You will know how we produce the big machine. And here now behind of us is our building house. Yeah. And here our technical team and sales team, after sales team, and finances team. They are all working here.
Yes.
Yeah, and here we totally have 3 workshops Yeah, and behind us is our first workshop. Yeah, and here we are producing the reactor. Yeah, you see the reactor is the most important part of the machine. Yeah, and we will visit first workshop, the first workshop in the next time. And then after that, we will visit our number 2 workshop. Here is our storage. There are so many ready machines for delivery.
Yes.
Yeah, and behind of our building house is our number 3 workshop. Here, they are producing the accessories like the auto feeder, condenser, and so on. Yeah.
So first, shall we? Let's go to the main workshop, the workshop for producing reactor. You know, Katerina, the a reactor is the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it contains the and especially the inner boiler part. It's where the pyrolysis process happens. It accepts the high temperature, so the plant has to be oxygen free, and
Yeah.
the quality has to be very good. Speaking of this, let's look at the inner boiler part first. You see here, and this is the inner boiler part. It's 2.8 meter in diameter and 6.6 meter long. And you see here, the plant is made of complete steel plates and several steel plates being welded together. And you see here the welding seam is very smooth. You can touch it, and it has gone through the welding several times, and also has gone the arc welding. So the welding is very airtight, and we have cut out the bubbles from inside and outside to prevent any potential oil gas leakage.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the feeding port. You see the feeding diameter is 1.4 meter. So you know most tires are 0.9 to 1.2 meter big. So generally speaking, the most common tires and plastics can be fed into the reactor directly. No need to cut and shred them. So it's very easy and convenient.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go there to see the steel plates.
Yeah. And now it's very quiet in our workshop because in China it's lunchtime.
Yeah, lunch break.
Yeah. And here you can see the boiler plate is Q245R. Yeah.
2245R, and you can also see here the thickness is 16 millimeter. So you know the plant has been designed and tested many times, right?
Yeah.
So you do know why we choose 16 millimeter as the thickness?
Share with us.
Yeah. You know the reactor has to the reactor has to be very good for heat transfer, but also has to enjoy long service life, right? If the steel plate is too thin, then the service life will be shortened, and because it accepts heating all the time. If the reactor is too thick, then it will affect the heat energy transfer. So after numerous testing, we find this 16 millimeter is optimal and can both ensure heat energy transfer, also ensure long service life. Then we decided 16 millimeter as the thickness.
Yeah.
So, you know, Huai is very experienced in this field and is the top one who does this business. Many other suppliers also use this thickness later, but they don't know why we choose this. So for doing this business, not only doing what is important, but why we do this is also important.
Yeah. So based on Huayin Group experience, Huayin chose the 16 millimeters. Yeah, is our design. And now and now let's go to have a look of the warehouse.
Yeah, the warehouse for storing the small accessories, the small parts. You know, the paralysis machine, it consists of over 1,000 spare parts, and each spare part is essential to ensure the smooth and safe operation, like the um, like the metal gaskets for sealing, right?
Yeah.
If without this, then the sealing is not well, then all your gas might leak out.
Mm-hmm.
So we choose this metal gasket to seal instead of the previous rubber gaskets. As an asbestos gasket, this can ensure long service life and no need to replace every time. It can be long service life, saving clients maintenance cost.
Yeah, and it's very easy for operation for the workers.
Yeah.
Because the maintenance frequency is very low. Yeah.
So Huayin has, in the past 28 years, Huayin only did this one thing, research to oil recycling machine manufacturing and development. So we always pay attention to details so that you can operate well and reduce the maintenance locally.
Yeah. High Clover, as you see, the roller supports the reactor. Yeah. And here we can see how they are producing the roller.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very dark.
Yeah. Thanks for the light. You see, because the roller is very important for the rotating, we choose to manufacture it ourselves. And you see here, we polish it, and you can see it's very thick, so the quality is very good.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our lasing machine to manufacture it ourselves. So let's look at our reactor, the number 2 workshop for ready reactors.
Yeah. Hi, my friends. Now you are in Huayin lecture room. Huayin Group is a manufacturer of pyrolysis machine for recycling waste raw materials into oil. And you could recycle the waste tires, plastic, oil sludge, and cable to the full oil.
Yeah. And Katrina, I just think of one thing. May I know in which year are you born?
In 19...
92 or
Yeah, 92.
1992. And in which year Huayin is born?
93?
Yeah, 90. Oh, so already 28 years. Seem like only one. Seem like your age.
Yeah. Well,
It has grown so many years.
unbelievable. Okay, now we will visit our number 2 workshop and you will see our storage. And here there are so many pyrolysis machine and distillation machine. Yeah, for delivery to different countries.
Yes, and because in March and April we have a promotion activity, and we have many lines bought the place the order. So now most of them already are ready for shipping. Just waiting. Some are already shipped and some are waiting clients balance, right?
Yeah. And here now behind of us is the pyrolysis reactor. Yeah, and here is distillation reactor. Now let's introduce them one by one. And here you can see the pyrolysis reactor, the roller. It just as Clover sees, the roller support the reactor, the feeding port. Instead of the reactor body. So it's our design, it's our special design, and it's our patent. Yeah, and the capacity is 10 tons per day per batch. It's the most popular design and the most popular model. And here is the distillation machine. It's distillation reactor. And you see, if you want to get diesel from the waste raw materials, then you need not only the pyrolysis machine, but also the distillation machine and the color and smell removal plants. Totally 3 plants. Yeah. And this distillation machine could refine the getting pyrolysis oil into the non-standard diesel.
Yes.
And the capacity is also 10 tons per day per batch.
And here we can have a look at the heating system. Just as I shared in the live show, for the heating system, we have both the underground design and overground design. This is the overground design. In this case, you can just lift this to the right place. So without doing any civil work underground. So it's very easy and quick to do the installation. And you see here, it already has the heating pot, so you can just put the oil burner inside it. It's okay. It has the pot for oil burners and also for syngas burners. And yes, and also we have a manhole for you to do the check and maintenance. So it's very easy and quick. This is for suitable for countries, if the land condition, if the land is very soft, or if the land has underground water.
Yeah.
So when you are interested in this machine, you can share with us your local laws about the construction and the land condition, like whether your country allows you to dig underground or not. If allowed, you can choose. If allowed, you can choose the underground foundation. If not allowed, you can choose this overground foundation.
If you choose the overground foundation, it's like this. And if you want to dig the foundation, we will provide you layout free. And our engineers will help you to dig the foundation. And okay, let's go on. Hi, Chloe. You see, the most popular model in our factory is 10 tons per day per batch pyrolysis machine. Well, we have also customized designs such as 1 ton per day per batch. Cause some clients, they want to test the local market or test their raw materials, or they want to get license from the government. So they will choose the small pyrolysis machine. Okay, let's go have a look of the small pyrolysis machine.
Yes, we developed and manufactured the 10-ton capacity first, but then some clients they don't need this bigger machine. They want a smaller machine for testing. Then based on this client needs, we developed this 1-ton mini pyrolysis machine.
Okay.
And the design and the working principle is totally same as the 10-ton industrial capacity.
Yeah. And here now you can see the small pyrolysis reactor. Here the reactor with the purification device.
Yeah. You can see here the device, this reactor has everything the 10-ton reactor has.
Yeah. And the reactor is finished. Is installed with the
Furnace
part. So you don't need to dig the foundation.
Yeah.
It's very easy. And after receiving our small pyrolysis reactor, just install and connect with the cooling condenser. It's okay. It can work. And the installation takes only about 15 days.
Yes. And this machine has been installed in many countries, right?
Yeah, like Italy, Belgium,
Yes.
and Russia,
and also Mexico.
It's very popular.
Yes.
During the epidemic.
Yes.
And here you see it's the small pyrolysis reactor, and here you can see the small condenser. Here you can see the small condenser. It's without venting. And the small condenser contains cooling pipes and 2 oil tanks and oil water separator, antibacterial device, and so on. It's totally the same design with the big 10-ton pyrolysis machine.
Yeah. Hi, my friends. Thanks for staying with us for the waste tire and plastic pyrolysis plant. And now we are in the number 2 workshop, the workshop for storing ready reactors used. And you can see that we already have many reactors ready for shipping. And if you are interested, and just contact us, and we can send immediately after receiving your money.
Hi, Chloe. Maybe we forgot to introduce the big condenser.
Yeah.
Let's go have a look.
Okay, let's have a look at the the Model C2, the 54-meter integrated condenser. Here you can see we have many reactors ready for shipping.
And here you can see the condenser. It's for the 10-ton pyrolysis reactor.
There's a frame structure condenser. You can see, and you can see it has six pipes. It has 9 pipes, the cooling pipes, and each is 6 meter. So together it is a 54-meter cooling distance. The cooling effect is very good. And also it has the 2 oil tanks here and another one at the other side. And also here is the oil water separator. And back there, here we have the anti-backfire device at the other side. So this system is very good for cooling. And you can see it is the container design, so it's very easy for shipping and very easy for installation. You can just lift it to the right place and connect it to the reactor. Then it can work directly.
And you see in each cooling pipes there are 4 small pipes so that to guarantee the oil yield
and the cooling effect.
Yeah, and the condenser could be put into the 40 high HQ condenser container. Yeah, it's very easy for transportation.
Yes, and we also have another design, the Model C, the square box condenser. Later we will see this in the number 3 workshop.
Yeah. Hi Clover, as you see, the disaster system is also a very important part of the whole paralysis machine.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have different disaster systems for trees, like the water scrubber and the disaster system with ceramic filter and so on. And here outside there are 2 cans of disaster system. Okay, let's have a look.
Yeah, sure. First, let's look at the water film scrubber.
Yeah.
This is the water film scrubber. Inside it has several layers of high pressure water nozzles. It can pressure, so the water will become water film and press down. So when the smoke goes up, it will be cleaned by the water, and the smoke will go down, and only clean gas can go out to the chimney. So it's a very clean, and it's suitable for wood and coal.
Yeah.
But if I use fuel oil, the oil contains sulfur. What should I do if I use fuel oil from tire or plastic as fuel?
Maybe you need some filter or catalyst, to clean the sulfur.
Filters are okay, but no need to use catalysts. The catalysts are expensive and need replacement frequently, right?
Yeah.
But filters can be used many times. It's very efficient and cost effective.
Yeah, and you only need to clean the ceramic filter using the water.
Yes.
Yeah, and don't need to replace it, so it could
it could be used many times.
Yeah.
And very cheap. And here you can see the 5.5 meter stainless steel scrubber. You can see here it has the many layers. Inside each layer there will be ceramic filters. Later we will see in number 3 workshop. The ceramic filters will filter the smoke layer by layer. When the smoke go up, the impurities will be absorbed by the ceramic filters, and also inside it has the water filter too. The water nozzles will also press the smoke down, and also the material is stainless steel.
Yeah.
So it can better stand the sulfur corrosion and enjoy long service life.
Yeah. And if you want to get the SGS emission air reports, and please leave your email or WhatsApp, and we will share with you more information and reports about our machine.
Yeah, sure. And after the oil producing process is done, we also need to do the carbon black discharging process, right?
Yeah.
And we just shared the U-shape carbon black discharging conveyor. So let's look at it. You see here, it's the U-shape carbon black discharging conveyor. It has what this is the water jacket, and the inside as a carbon black discharging pipe, and this is the U shape, so you can easily open it to do the cleaning and maintenance. After cleaning and maintenance, you just need to lock this, so it's very easy.
For checking.
Yes. So, and before we use the fully sealed carbon black discharging pipe. So when you do cleaning and maintenance, you need to pull out the screw. So that will be very time consuming, taking a lot of time, and you have to after cleaning and maintenance, you have to pull the screw in again. And now with the U shape, you just need to open it directly. No need to pull out and plug in the screws. Very easy.
Yeah.
So, Huayin has special engineer team, and we always go out to client sites abroad and domestic client sites to listen to their feedbacks and to see what problems they met. And this improvement on carbon black discharging is also from our clients' installation and operation experience. So you see, the plant manufacturing and the plant installation are important. They can help each other. Yeah. So a factory, both manufacturing machine and providing installation service is very, very important. If only manufacturing, no installation, how can they know whether the plant works well or not? Yeah, so my friends, when you are choosing the pyrolysis machine supplier, please be sure to find a true supplier that both manufacture machine and also install the machines.
Yeah. It's very important point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, now my friends. Just now, you visited our first and second workshop, and you see how we produce the reactor and see our storage, the dust system, and the offloading system. And here now we are in our number 3 workshop, and here behind of us, here you can see here is our testing area.
Yes.
Here,
What do we test here?
here we test the safety and the how
The
to say it.
welding seam of the cooling system, right?
Yeah, to assure the quality of the machine.
Yes.
Yeah, only after testing each part of the machine we will deliver it to our clients.
Yes. So let's look at how we test the machine, the system. After a full, after a cooling system is done, we will drive it here, and then we will pump water inside, pump soap water inside, and then we close the flange to see whether there is any water bubble coming out. If there is a water bubble, it means the welding seam is not intact. It's not good. Then we will re-weld and test again. If there is no water bubble, it means it's qualified. Then we will add a nameplate on it to prove it's qualified. In this way, we do the maintenance and the quality control in our factory, and so that you receive the good machines.
Yeah. So my friends, you choose us reliable supplier. You choose Huayin, and we will assure the quality and the safety of the machine.
Yes.
Yeah, and just now we visited our integrated condenser, and here we will see the square box condenser.
Yes.
And
After we check the welding seam of the cooling condenser, and if it's qualified, then we will take it here to do the painting, right?
yeah,
And this is after painting. You see the quality is the painting quality is very good. It's very smooth.
Yeah, and I want to say that the cooling effect of the square force condenser and the integrated condenser is same. Well, it's used in different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, this square box condenser often used in tropical countries like
Yeah.
Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh, and the integrated condenser is used in some countries where in winter it's very cool. Yeah.
So this integrated design, this square box condenser is especially suitable for hot countries, and while the um, integrated 54-meter condenser has no special requirements. It is suitable for every country, right?
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Okay, my friends. Now we will show you the ceramic filter.
Yes,
Here you see for cleaning the smoke, we need the ceramic filter.
yes.
And now let's have a look.
Oh, now let me see, it's 2:16, and now workers start to work, so it's a little noisy.
Yeah.
We have to speak louder. And here, please see, my friends, please see the ceramic rings here. This is ready for shipping, and you can see it has many layers. And we will send all this to you if you buy the if you use oil as fuel then you choose the 5.5 meter stainless steel deduction system. We will send this to you, and
Yeah.
it's very easy and very it can ensure the air coming out is very clean, and it is no need uh, to replacement often.
And as you see in different countries, there are different environmental requirements.
Yes,
Yeah. So if you don't know how to choose the right one, deduct the system. Share with us your local environmental standards, and we will provide you a suitable one.
yes. Then you have please, if you are not sure of the local environmental standards, please check the local environmental authority.
Yeah.
And and then here are the laser cutting machines and the plasma cutting machines. These are very, this can cut the raw material. This can cut the raw materials of the steel plate very accurately. This can reduce the waste and can ensure the cutting shape is very accurate and it's very standard. And Huawei has many such advanced um, manufacturing machines like these are cutting machines, and also we have the steel plate rolling machines here and can roll the pipes into a round shape for making pipes. And here we have the pipe cutting machine. You can see it can cut the pipes into different shapes for different usages. And my friends, thanks for watching our live show. You can see Huayin has many advanced machines, and even in 2020, and during epidemic, the economy is very low, but Huayin never stopped developing ourselves, never stopped improving ourselves. We bought the laser cutting machine to improve the cutting efficiency and accuracy.
Yeah. I forward today they are delivering the condenser.
Oh, yes, they are dispatching the condenser and the 10 kV pyrolysis plant to our domestic clients.
Yeah,
And yesterday we also have plants dispatching, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to see the dispatching pictures and videos, just let us know. We can send you, and we can send them to you for your reference.
Yeah, as you see, Huayin Group not only sell the pyrolysis machine overseas, but also in China.
Yes.
And cause we could ensure the after sales service.
Yes.
Do you know how it's important? Because for our domestic clients, it's very easy to fund us to get the after sales service. Yeah, and we could survive in the 28 years, so it could improve that we could provide you a quality machine and quality after sales service.
Yes, and even in 2020 and 2021, during COVID-19, we still are doing very good in the domestic market. This proves that our quality is very good. Otherwise, the domestic clients know us; they will come to trouble us if the quality is not good, right?
Yeah.
So, by the way, my friends, if you have a friend in China, you can also invite us to do the plant and factory inspection for you. We have many clients do this way because now you cannot visit us, but your Chinese friends can and do this on your behalf.
Yeah, and otherwise, after delivering in each pyrolysis machine, we will share with our clients the delivery video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my friends, thanks for watching this live show. And if you have any questions for the with the tire and plastic to oil pyrolysis project, please leave us messages or contact our sales manager. We will reply to you as soon as possible. Yeah. And we will arrange the next live show next month. Please follow us and please stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in touch. Bye bye.
Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.
See you next time. Bye bye.